So good morning. Today's December 28th, 2025, and we're in the beautiful the Springs of Borrego RV Resort in Borrego Springs, California. And you can see in the background, this place is unparalleled. If you'd like to see the review that we have on this place, I'll link that up in the corner. But that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about actually the Blue Technologies PURBLU LED UVC Purification Faucet. Say that 10 times without reading it. Now I can tell you that that faucet's $380, so it's fairly expensive. So if you don't have a decent filtration system to treat all the water before it comes into your RV, purchase that first before you move on to something like this that further polishes your water. I'll put up a link in the top, our episode 340 we did a while ago when BlueTech supplied and shipped us a system. We've been using it for 9 months. We love it. I actually have a review of that system that I'm working on right now, but I wanted to jump ahead with this UVC unit just because of the way things worked out. Now, I already have a UVC system, so I wanted to wait till I was at this resort with Paul, my buddy, because he does not have one. And that way we could install it, soup to nuts, start to end with him, and show everything that's involved. It's super easy. Paul's 78, I'm 73, so it was like the Three Stooges installing this thing, but it was very easy, and we're gonna prove it to you. So come on, let's have some fun and put this system in. So Paul is not new to YouTube. He's been on our channel a number of times with his lovely wife, Pat. And I can tell you that I've been impressed many times he's been on camera, but this time I'm a little confused because, Paul, you did not need to go have a haircut at 8 in the morning today just to be on camera, but I will admit you look pretty good.
I want to look my best.
Let's I guess take a look at what we're installing. But I just want to show you what you get with this thing. To power the GoBluTech UVC water filter faucet is the proverbial brick that we're all used to. Plug it into AC, and then this end will plug into the faucet. BlueTech sent this to me so that I can bring a video like this to you. And I did not install this in my unit yet because A, I'm too lazy, and B, the one that I have in there is still working. That company is no longer in business. So when that one fails, I will be putting one of these in. But I've held on to this now for a few months, and it's not fair to BlueTech. I wanted to install it, and Paul is gracious enough to let me do this installation with him. So in this thing comes the 1/4-inch little PVC piping. We have some washers and things that actually go at the joint, the lower joint where this thing goes. Wow, is this thing heavy? Wow. When this goes into the faucet, these fancy washers and this coupler will be utilizing. This is the part that connects to the other end. And then you have basically 2 loops that you can decide to use. You can either use this low profile one, and you can see that when Pat and Paul put this in at the height that we're talking about, they might choose to use the low profile one, or they could use this higher hoop here. People that have a lot of cooking bowls and things. So with the exception then of the piping that you cut into and you put this T-section in, that's it. So it's even simple for me, and it's even going to be more simpler for Paul. You know what? Let's get to it.
Now I think I need the cutter for the hose.
Okay.
Oh, it's down here. This is what I'm going to use to cut the water line to put the valve in. And this is what I'm putting in the line.
Okay.
Okay. I have decided to take both lines off.
Okay.
because I think it's going to be easier to do it that way.
So Paul was able to take those lines off, you see, because they just had a screw fitting on it. It almost seems that it was either a screw fitting that's an NPT or a screw fitting that is a garden hose. That's typical RV plumbing end right there.
I'm trying to decide if I should put this valve down here or up here.
Okay, don't hurry just because you're on camera. Here's the components that will be going in. And here's our RV tech.
This is the valve that feeds the water to the device. And I've taken the hose off and I've cut it.
Don't put it on yet, Paul. When you put that hose in over your head, you want the valve facing the correct way so it's easy.
Exactly.
Did you figure that out?
Yep.
Okay, good.
And so what
and it's just a push on, and you give it a nice push, and then it should be on there.
Okay, that's on.
Okay.
And now this end is going to go on this hose.
Okay, way in the back.
Way in the back, this way. But before I put them together, I'm going to start screwing this one back on up here so I don't get it cross-threaded.
And Paul talked about the fact that he wants the hose to lay how it used to lay, because the plastic, as it ages, it doesn't like to be in a different position when you're all done installing it. So nothing is forced and pulled into submission. The fitting is put in as natural of a position of the shape. While Paul's working in there, I want people to look in the background. You see that AC outlet that's back there. Paul's got it configured there where he's got a three-way in there so we can power the UVC faucet sanitizer. On my rig, I was concerned of getting too close here with my drilled hole and have a problem interfering with the support mechanism under there, and then I wouldn't be able to tighten this style of nut. So if we put this here, like, I was too concerned, this is the nut that's on the underside surface. I didn't want to get it too close and interfere with some structure I had there. Unfortunately, I was about 3/4 or an inch too far away, and I did not like where the water came out. Now, one of the things that I did notice on the GoBluTech one is wherever this spout ends up being, you'll notice this spout also has an additional kick where it kicks the water out by virtue of that angle. Really like that. Let's see if Paul ends up getting his in the right spot. And you understand, Paul, that drill once, measure twice, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
So this goes in here. Okay.
I noticed all your equipment is Milwaukee. Is there a reason for
Yeah, because it's the best.
that? When you use plastic tubing like this with a ferrule, that when you crunch down on it, you need something to push back. Show them that little thing. What would you call that, Paul? Some kind of a insert?
Yeah, just an insert that
Yeah.
goes into the end of the hose.
Yep.
Like this, and then you put this on, and then when you tighten it down, as it squeezes these shoulders onto the plastic,
Yeah.
the plastic can't collapse.
Yeah.
It hits up against this,
Yeah.
and that provides the seal that you need to keep the water from leaking.
So, Paul, would you say that you think you're officially done?
I think so, yeah.
Do you remember what time it was, Pat, when we started?
About 9 o'clock, I think.
What did you just put in my coffee there?
Non-dairy creamer.
Let's show the folks. Oh, recommended non-dairy creamer. Yeah.
Farm style.
For a good job, well done. This 2020 12 Dutch Star has entered the 21st century with UVC water sanitation. All right, we're going to check the water here. You'll notice that you can make it just drip out if you have a small container, or you can really go to town if you're filling something quick. But remember, this water should taste just as good as the water tastes in the particular campground that you're at, because the filtration that you may or may not have will take care of the sediment and different things like that. What this is it takes the pathogens out. So theoretically, I should not die. And I did not. Now I'm hoping that very sanitized water helps my hair growth. How are we doing?
Turn around. Let me see. Oh, I think I see a new hair.
Excellent. Sue's going to love me even more when she comes back from Milwaukee.